Great news guys, welcome to the Skits House. As I earlier said in the introduction video, if you've not watched it, kindly guys, there's a video I uploaded about what Skips Up is all about, how to write your motivation essay, how to write an outstanding, coherent and unique scholarship essay. So guys, welcome to my channel. Like if you're new here, subscribe and share to your friends, and let's grow together. The channel is all about having fun and personal development, guys. So let's grow together. Today we'll be talking about Chevening Scholarship. What is Chevening Scholarship? Chevening Scholarship is a prestigious, fully funded scholarship to study in the UK. Cater for everything. And maybe you're there asking, who is eligible for this scholarship? It's all country, guys. Who applies for this scholarship? Someone seeking to study their masters in the UK. So that is all about the Chevening Scholarship. And guys, a point key to remember, the scholarship opens on August 2nd, and also the deadline to apply is November 1st, just in case you want to apply. And the scholarship is awarded every year. So today we will be talking about leadership essay, and that is one of the major essays. Let's expound on what do they need in this leadership essay. What is all about the leadership essay? So that is what we'll be talking, guys. Again, remember to like, share and subscribe. Leadership and influence essay, and the number 2 essay is networking essay, number 3 essay is career plan essay, and also number 4 essay is study in the UK. Don't worry about all that, I'll be here to take you through, but for today's video we'll be talking about leadership and influence essays. I'll also, as I promised, I'll make videos on other essays so that you can be able to follow through as you write your scholarship. Is that not good news? And so when you talk about leadership and influence essay, what does leadership and influence mean to you? So when talk about leadership and also talk about the influence, combine the two, because the essay is about leadership and influence. So another point to note, guys, before we even go further to that, this is information that I've gathered from Chevening scholars who have been able to secure the scholarship. So this is a research that is well done. So I'm uploading this, or I'm shooting this rather, to help us grow, to help us achieve that dream. Maybe you want to go and study in the UK. When I think about leadership, the key aspect I get in the leadership is the influence. That is one. That is why even the essay is called leadership and influence. When I think about leadership, what comes to my mind is about inspiring people. It's about inspiring events. It's about motivating people. It's about motivating your own self. That is all what leadership is all about. When I think about leadership, mind is about the support that I give to the people, the support I give to the organization, whether it's in the church, whether where I work, or it's all about the support I give to my community. So when you're talking about leadership, when you're thinking about leadership, write in your first paragraph what leadership means to you. Don't Google, just write what comes to you. And of course, when you're writing, there are things you can never escape when you're writing about leadership. Of course, you can never escape to write about an influence you made. You cannot escape to write about the support you offered, or the influence or the impact that you had on the people, that you had on that certain problem or situation. So when you're talking about leadership, give your leadership examples. This shows your leadership skills. These are proof. So what type of a leader are you? Of course, you can research about the leadership styles and be familiar with it. And also, when you're writing about the essay, how do you influence the people around you? How do you affect the people around you? How do you affect their decision? How do you affect their personality or their action? Those are some of the things to talk about in the first paragraph, because it expounds more on your understanding about leadership and influence. Another thing to note is as you're writing your leadership and influence essay, also discuss the influence you have had on your community around you. Give specific example, because again, this essay is about you, is about your leadership and influence. So be specific, have that personal touch of what leadership means to you, of what you've done for your community or to your organization or people that have been around you. So those are the things to write in order to get an outstanding leadership and influence essay as you apply for this scholarship. So another thing, you should portray that you're a person made of good leadership skills. Or how do you portray this? The activities that you've participated in earlier on. What were you responsible for? What did you lead people to do, or that team? So discuss about your leadership, your good leadership skills, and your good leadership skills will be shown on what you've been previously responsible for, what you've done for your community, what you've done to that organization or to that job that you're in. And also another thing, mention about your previous duties, what you've done before. What were you responsible for? What challenges, how did you bypass? What were the remedies for the challenges that you encountered? What do you think were your strongholds? So how did you manage that challenging situation? How did you bring change? How did you impact? Those are the things you discuss about your leadership in the body as you discuss about leadership and influence. So remember, guys, as you talk about this leadership, it's also good to measure your impact. So personal that you've done, so expound on what you've done, the impact that you had. In case there was a challenge, how did you bypass that challenge? How did you create an impact in your community, in that organization or the people around you, in that team that you're leading? So it's good to mention that. And also it's good also in the leadership and net influence essay, it's also good to mention your team working abilities, your team working skills. Remember, guys, you are planning to go study in the UK, you'll meet teams, you'll be able to work in groups, to expound on your leadership style. And this is one way you'll be able to talk about your team working skills. Also mention the organization, mention the communities, mention the people you've been with. So give specific example, choose that outstanding experience that you had, that outstanding leadership experience that you had. Mention and discuss it. Give specific example, guys. This one I'll insist, give specific example. Remember, you're supposed to be outstanding and unique. Also give strong examples, strong personal examples, strong personal encounters that you've had. And also remember that you don't have to be a member of this organization, you don't have to be a member of this team. You can be invited. You don't have to be like the CEO or the brand ambassador or those big titles. No, it's what you did, the influence you had, the leadership style that you used, the skills that you have that created the impact on a personal level, guys. Being honest, I insist on being authentic, because I mean, this is something you did. You personally did this task, you personally were in charge of this situation, you were personally in charge of solving this problem. So it's something authentic, it's something that you did. Be honest and also be unique. Being unique is a key thing when you're writing these essays, guys. So you can also mention your current experiences. What are your current experiences? Where you are at work, where you are, maybe you are a church leader, where you are maybe at that job that you have, in that school, maybe you're a class rep or whichever position that you are. Mention those current experiences. Don't take them for granted, but also as you're mentioning, expound them. Give specific example. Choose the strongest situation that you dealt with, the support that you provided to the people as you write. So what did you achieve? What specific goal did you achieve as you're leading this team, as you're leading these people? What specific thing did you achieve? So how did you motivate the people? Because leadership, again, it's all about the influence, it's all about the motivation, it's all about the support that you offer to the people. So what did you motivate these people to do? What did you influence them to do? So write specific example of how you helped them, of how you motivated them to achieving a specific goal. Give examples. Examples carries a lot of weight, because that is one key or one measure to being authentic, because it's something that you did. Also, another thing that you can have in mind as you're writing these essays, when maybe towards the end of your essay, is that show that you're a leader with potential to growth. You're a leader that brings about positive impact to your country. Show that you have those aspirations and dreams, that given this chance, you are someone with potential to bring even much more impact to your country or to your community. someone who have had a problem and solved, someone who is able to fix problem given a chance. Also, it's good to have in mind, guys, that when you're talking about leadership SE, it's good to choose your words wisely. Like, again, leadership is all about influence, motivation, support. So when you're talking about these things, even when you're concluding, you cannot escape to mention some of the things. Like, you cannot escape to mention how you motivated people, what impact you had. So when you're writing this essay, guys, in general, let's maybe in case you didn't understand, your comments coming in the section below. So let's interact. Let me know which point I can expound more. Let me know how we can help each other. So keep your comments coming. It'll be a pleasure to answer all of them. So let's keep growing, guys. Research about more on the kind of words to use. And again, guys, as you even research on the kind of words, the kind of grammar, also remember to be authentic, because this is something you did. So remember to be honest, remember to be unique, remember to be outstanding, because there's so many people applying for this prestigious scholarship. So stand out, and also write as you hit the nail on the head. That will sell you. In revision towards this leadership and influence Chevening Scholarship essay, you can use this STAR approach. Having talked to so many Chevening scholars, they have shared with me that, and one thing outstanding about their leadership and influence essay is how they were able to bring out their points. You can find even some people talking about simple things like leading in a church group, but the way they expound it, they give specific example, the specific situation they were able to solve. They discuss about the specific things they were able to achieve, the goals. They talk about the influence they had on the towards the church growth. Like, guys, research. As much as I'm giving this information, it's also good to research, because I've also researched from the scholars who have won the scholarship. So, and one of the things that stood out, guys, most of them in analysis, they use the STAR approach. The STAR approach is mentioning the situation, that is the S, mentioning the task, mentioning the action, and mentioning the results. So in the situation where they made a decision, where they had an influence, where they motivated, that's a situation. I mean, you're a leader, you're supposed to motivate, either influence or have support, or give support, or maybe influence the decision. So mention about the task, mention that problem that needed to be solved. And when you're talking about action, what action did you find was suitable for this problem, for this situation? What action did you take towards solving the said problem or the said situation? Maybe you attended a seminar, maybe you held a discussion, maybe you held a social media campaign about a specific problem. Mention that action, be specific, choose the right words to use, sell out yourself, guys, because this is the only way the reader can be able to know the kind of leader that you are. So another thing, when you're talking about the results, remember, it's the STAR approach. So the result, mention the impact your decision had on those people, mention your impact the decision had on that organization or that situation or that problem, mention the impact. And one of the things to measure your results is you can use numbers. Maybe I was able to help 500 people to do this and this and this. I was able to create whatever this for this and people. You can use percentage, you can use the numbers. Using a STAR approach to this is one of the writing style that I recommend, guys. And also, if you have other styles, you can write in the comment section, so that, guys, if this information was helpful, like, share, and subscribe, guys, for more videos coming, and let's keep growing together. Bye bye, guys.